There's so much creativity, talent, and art. So I know you mentioned, I'm glad you're. Oh, you have a fan over there. So Katriz, I love that song. I love that song. I'm going through a break. No, I'm just kidding.
She's like 5.
I can't read my parents' mind right now. I'm just kidding.
Down, bleached brows, now stop.
Well, Katriz, it's a pleasure having you. Thank you for being a part of this project.
Yeah, of course.
Just giving preface, I don't have an actual name for you, but as I mentioned to you earlier, this is kind of based on a movement that I've been following called Operation Fulfill, something like an MO. So this is basically a good time where I just kind of want to give a voice, a platform to folks that I feel like I've been inspired by in the community, and you're one of them. So thank you for taking the time. So,
It's okay.
Miss Katriz Trinidad, if you guys don't know, she has an amazing voice. I think we met, what was it, like, yeah, I think I said my ninang's anniversary or my godmother's anniversary. I forgot, we might not have some Filipino folks listening in, but yeah, I guess starting off, like, it looks like you've always been part of like the entertainment industry for quite some time. Or?
I started singing at the age of 5, and then I started joining singing competitions at the age of 7. The whole emceeing thing was kind of new for me, so if I was a little like,
oh, you're natural. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I mean, I am a communication major. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
yeah, that's what I graduated with.
Nice.
Yeah, I feel like the entertainment business and then communication goes hand in hand. Definitely gives like a good advantage for that.
Oh yeah, especially if you're trying to relay a message and using different mediums to kind of purvey. So nice. So since you were 5, wow. I guess did you hold the magic mic like at family parties in the beginning or not?
No, that's not necessarily how it happened. It's actually kind of funny. So my sister, she was the one who started with the vocal lessons, and I was a really shy kid. Like when I would be at Chuck E. Cheese, like I would like be closing my ears and stuff. Like I didn't like anything loud, so my parents like never suspected me to be a singer. Like they were just like, oh, she's very shy, like very like, yeah. But then I guess one time I was like sitting on the stairs of the staircase of my house while like my sister was doing her vocal lessons, and her teacher kind of heard me hum, and then she like kind of asked me to come down and sing to her, and then she told my mom maybe this one has more of the potential than this. So
not throwing shade.
Yes, love you, Ate. But yeah, that's kind of how it happened, and then I was in vocal lessons ever since.
Nice. So I guess I was about to ask the origins of what inspired you to sing. So I'm guessing a lot of family background. Are there?
Thinking about it now, I had an uncle growing up. He passed away, but he got me into a lot of like Filipino songs, and he actually was my teacher for I think like 2 years after having like not had a teacher. Because when did I start singing? Yeah, I started singing at 5, and then I had like a couple different teachers throughout the time, and then he ended up being one of my teachers growing up. And yeah, he would always start like the whole karaoke sessions like at my aunt's house, and that was really fun. Yeah.
Nice. So he's been kind of like your and hopefully I can say this, rest his soul, perpetual coach.
Yeah.
He's always been an inspiration. Oh, that's good. I'm happy to hear.
It was only him and my grandpa who were very much musically inclined. Everyone else, I want to say that maybe they can sing a little bit. They like to sing, but it was really just the 3 of us.
Was it like they say 90% Filipinos can sing? Or unfortunately, I'm part of the 10%. But not.
Honestly, yeah. I honestly think that's true. Yeah.
I think especially to the Filipino soul, like, and you express it so well, like, just there's a lot of creativity and love and passion in what you love to do. So thank you for like expressing that, and everything that you do. So family for sure. Are there any other, like, what was the first song that got you to like hum or who's an artist that inspired you to?
Well, I grew up on like Etta James and Whitney Houston, Beyonce, kind of like those really old souls. Yeah, just the good old classics.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Etta James. I know At Last. That was
yes.
that was the song that kind of put you on the map a little bit, right? With yeah, beautiful rendition.
Thank you. Yeah, I didn't actually expect to sing that song. I sang that for my audition before I had done the blind audition, and then they told me to go with that one. So
kind of just like
I didn't choose it, but then I guess they really liked it, and they're like, maybe this will be the song that they will turn around for you for. So I was just like, okay. And then I kind of tweaked some parts so that it could be better. And yeah.
I think that's what. So when I got to know you, or we met you last time, I think when they introduced you, they mentioned that. So you were on The Voice. I guess we talked a little about that. How was that, and how did it kind of? I guess the exposure, like how did the whole sequence of that era happen?
Okay. Yeah, so we kind of talked about it earlier, but one of the producers found one of my videos that I did at my my middle school. It was like a talent show. And I was singing Girl on Fire by Alicia Keys. That was kind of like my song at the time for like a really long time. I would perform that everywhere. And so I guess I got it I got it down pretty well. So they really liked it. They reached out to me, and then I went through one of the auditions, and then I was able to skip a bunch of the rounds. And then, yeah, right after that, I was able to do the blind audition. That's when Blake Shelton, Gwen Stefani, and Pharrell turned around for me. Yeah, working with Pharrell was such a blessing. I honestly didn't even know who to choose at the time because it just felt so surreal. Like They
were fighting for you.
Yeah, I was speechless, but I just felt in my gut that like he was the right one. So, and I know it was a blessing in disguise for sure. Like he made it pretty easy. He like had a note like pad, and he was like, "Choose me." So I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna choose you." And yeah, it was really fun.
I remember that. Yeah, he really fought for you. Like, yeah, he was like, "I never done this before."
Yeah,
I'm begging you.
Yeah, and I don't actually know if he's Filipino, but I guess like some people have been like saying that he is. I don't think he's ever come out with like that statement.
Yeah,
maybe he like had a connection with me or something like that.
You might be right. I think I know his counterpart when he makes beats. Chad Hugo is Filipino. Yeah. So
it's so
yeah,
cool. They're so iconic together.
He's they're amazing. Yeah. He's like, oh man, that's my outing, my little sister.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe.
So thank you for that. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think like I already mentioned, what I love about like why I think you're so talented and why you're very inspiring. I love just how you carry your voice. Like it's very serene, very melodic and sweet when it needs to be, but when you need to like belt it out, like Whitney Houston or do that power or. Yeah, you can carry it. Like, I want to mention, and I'll probably put a snippet later, like, when you did the national anthem last year for the Lakers, that was
so awesome.
That's
one of my favorite performances. Yeah, and I hadn't, like, belt like that in a really long time. And it honestly means a lot, like, you saying, like, your perspective of my voice and what it, like, or how it makes people feel, because for a really long time, I've like tried to discover what my voice can do and like what I felt content with, like how I wanted to kind of like explore and venture with my voice. And when I was young, I would always sing like powerhouse songs. So it was like a lot of like belting, like you know how Filipinos like they like to belt like Truth and Tango. That's kind of like what I was going for. But then after a while of doing it and knowing like I was capable of more, like that's when I started practicing with like singing through my head voice and making it like sound very like pretty and like falsetto and airy, and like with artists that I really like right now like Jhene Aiko and like Snow Allegra, like I felt inspired to start doing different things with my voice. And yeah, I feel like I sound a lot different from when I was younger to now because I've just played a lot with it and I've found like what really sticks and what I really like personally. So yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah, like you mentioned, because I guess since you mentioned you were like in competitions, like I guess that was the winning formula, right? Like,
right, and I think that's like kind of what the judges were looking for. Like, oh, can she hit these notes? Like, is she capable of singing this song? So yeah, I guess like that was kind of like the entirety of the competition, or that almost felt like the personal goal for every competitor there. But then there were a couple of people who would just like sing acoustic, like with their guitar, and it was very like serene and like. Yeah, very calm, and they would even win too. So sometimes like simplicity is better, and
that's true.
Pharrell actually told me that line. That kind of stuck with me too because, yeah, I think at the time I was still singing very like powerfully, and I just thought like that was the end goal for like all my performances, like to sound strong, like to do the most. But he even told me like simplicity is best sometimes. Like you don't have to like always do a run. You don't always have to like belt that note. Like. As long as it's coming from the heart and people feel that and it's emotional, like that's what's important. Yeah.
I think and I think that's what I've noticed, like, just researching and watching some of your stuff, like, yeah, I can tell you feel it. Like, I think that's the end goal of any, like, singer or songwriter or just anyone in the industry, right? Like,
yeah, and it goes with the experiences, too, because I used to sing songs about love when I was, like, 8 years old. I don't know what that was about. And people would even be like, why are you singing about that? You don't even know. Now I know, and it hurts. Love hurts, but like it feels good to sing about it. It's like very therapeutic, especially for songwriters, like to talk about their experiences too. Yeah.
Speaking of songwriting, I love what you've done recently. It feels like a dream just interviewing right now.
Yeah.
It feels like a dream.
Debut song.
That was a beautiful song, and I love the 90s R&B. It's nice because it's like I don't want to say a slow R&B, but it kind of has a beat to it too. So
yeah.
I guess what was the process of making that?
Man,
I know it's been a few years.
I had made like so many songs before that, but a friend of mine, his name is Brian. He is cousins with my sister's boyfriend. Yeah, that sounds like a lot to like put the pieces together. But yeah, so I met him, and he's actually really young, and he's so talented. And we were just like kind of sending some like tracks back and forth, or he was sending tracks to me. And I was like, okay, I really like this one. I think maybe we had worked on other ones, but I just felt like this one I should put out because it was easy for me to write to. I guess like the songwriting process is different for everyone. Like I just create a melody and then I go with that. And like sometimes like certain words will pop out through my melodies, like in sentences. And I'll try to just create a storyline based off of those words specifically. Oh. And yeah, it was just really easy for like those words to come out. And I sent it to him right away and he was like, yeah, we should record it. And I don't know how long it took for me to like work on that song until we put it out. But I think it was like maybe like a month or two. And then, yeah, I was just like, I'm going to drop this on my grandma's birthday because yeah, she had just passed away, I think that year that I had, maybe the year before that I had put out the song. So I was like, I want to dedicate this to her. Like, this is my first song. Like, I want to make sure I remember this day. So, yeah.
I love it. It does feel like a dream. Like, you know, it's very up in the clouds and you're just in love. So,
yeah.
And you know, rest in peace to Lola, grandma. That's what I love about music, too. Like, you know, even though our loved ones pass away, their legacy lives on. And oh, man, this is a deep cut. Like, I'm about to cry, but... No, that's cool. Like how you use your music to, you know, you talked about your uncle and then your grandma's passing and dedicated to her. That's amazing. So thank you. Yeah. Speaking of Brian, so you guys also put out that one, the single.
Our duet. Yeah.
Oh man.
Can't read your mind. Yeah.
Yeah, can't read your mind. Yeah, I couldn't read my mind for a bit. I was just thinking about that. No, that was a good one.
Fun.
It's cool. I know duets have always been you know, like from Usher and Alicia Keys, like, you know, just that vibe. I guess was that part of it bank too? You guys were like, oh man, we gotta put this out, or?
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't know if like what we had planned was to do a duet first before I put out a single, but we definitely knew like in the future we wanted to put out something together. But yeah, I don't know if we worked on like other ones, like maybe more up-tempo ones, but yeah, we just really liked that one. We were like, let's put it out. Yeah.
It was good. I kind of like it because, you know, how duets, it's usually like, you know, I'm always in love with you. This one, it's like, and I think my wife and I, we can agree, like, sometimes like, I just don't know what you're trying to think about. And I'm glad that, you know, put the realness on that. So.
And I'm glad people can connect to that because I was going through a specific experience like that. Or, no, I think I tapped into, like, an experience that I had before. And then he was kind of going through something. Yeah, and it's funny because my friend, she had just gotten out of a relationship. And she was like, Katriz, I can't stop playing your song. Like, it's, like, too relatable. Like, I cry every time. And I'm like, girl. Because I forgot about the lyrics that I made. Oh, sorry. I forgot about the lyrics that I made. And then I listened back to the song. And I was like, oh, yeah, this is pretty depressing.
It's real, though.
Yeah.
And I think that's amazing, yeah. And
yeah. I'm glad you guys can connect to it because that means so much.
Yeah, it's good. It's like, yeah, either you said like, you know, someone's just out of a relationship or it's even like people in a relationship, you know, just being real, like it's not always flowers, right? Like there's always a challenge you have to hurdle. And
right.
So, yeah, thanks for that. Speaking of, so I know you, before we talked, I guess, you know, just looking forward. So hopefully when whoever gets to see this, you know, thankfully, if someone sees this, they'll look you up and like, oh man, that girl has a, you know, just like us, you know, we got to experience a beautiful voice through you. What can we look forward to? What are you working on right now?
Currently working on an EP. I want to put it out this year. Can't make any promises because I don't want to like, you know, give high hopes to anyone. But yeah, definitely working on that. Yeah, I've been just working on the music a lot. Haven't been doing too many crazy performances, but like some will just pop up here and there.
Oh, really? Okay. Hopefully we can come and visit because I'll be sure to get some B-roll for this when we put out the video.
For sure. And I'll let Gerard know if there's anything coming up by the time that he puts this out. So
I was like, don't put this up yet.
I'm like,
wait.
Let me look back at my schedule and see. Yeah.
Speaking of, there's so much creativity, talent, and art. So I know you mentioned, I'm glad you're. Oh, you have a fan over there. So Katriz, I love that song. I love that song. I'm going through a break. No, I'm just kidding.
She's like 5.
I can't read my parents' mind right now. I'm just kidding.
Oh man.
This will be good footage.
Oh my God. What's going on over there?
I don't know.
Oh, it's
Probably
gone.
he wanted
It's
some
gone
beer, some ube beer. Oh yeah. If you can notice the background, we're here at One Paseo right now. Harlan Brewing is in the back, or there's some good spots. So one thing I like to do is like when I meet with someone, we try to go to like any good food spots or a mall. So I'm glad that you said yes to this. So
Yes, I love food.
yeah, we're waiting before the kid came. Oh no, yeah, I love what you mentioned. I'm grateful that because I know you're mentioning you were thinking about going to LA, but you stuck around San Diego.
Yeah.
I guess just want to delve into that. So there are a lot of creative folks. Like, what have you like discovered or recognized with the scene here? What kept you here?
Yeah, so basically growing up, I just didn't think I could pursue my dreams here, but I found people that I've been working with, like, for example, Bryant. And then my friend who I'm currently working with right now on my EP, his name is Avicii. Check him out, he's really good. Orion's song has been helping me a lot with, like, harmonies and stuff, and then just has been very supportive, and yeah, he's just been helping me along the way. And he's really good too, check him out. Yeah, there's so many artists here. You kind of just have to like connect with them like through social media as an artist. Like you will find your people eventually. You just have to venture out, like go to those events.
Yeah.
Even if they seem intimidating, like go to them. Like you never know who you will find. And I feel
I
like
was intimidated by you at first. No, I'm just kidding.
what?
Right, we were like, oh man.
But I feel like a lot of the communities and different industries that we have in San Diego, they kind of go hand in hand because I'm very much involved in like the vintage community. My boyfriend sells vintage. Yeah, and they do like a lot of markets, and then they do like there's like DJs there too. So it's like there's a lot going on here in San Diego, and I feel like they're starting to finally like put that kind of content out.
Oh, I'm glad.
Yeah. So it's just nice to know like maybe we're on the rise of something. Yeah, and hopefully in the future maybe I can help with that.
For sure. I definitely see you being one of the spearheads for this movement and that's why, this video or this YouTube channel, I think it'll be a YouTube channel. I'm still thinking about it. Hopefully this will be an outlet for you and for others. I think that's why I reached out to you because I feel like you are making a difference, like not just within the community, but just the scene in general, like in music and lifestyle and all that. Just art. Without art, life wouldn't be meaningful. So
Exactly.
yeah. So I appreciate that. There's so many nuggets. Yeah, I guess for anyone who's also aspiring to be a musician or just get into the scene, what are some some golden nuggets you like to give like to those watching or listening?
That's a good question, honestly, because I feel like I really truly started discovering myself just like 2 years ago. And my boyfriend has a lot to do with it. Like he's really asked me like, oh my gosh, okay. I guess kind of talk about my relationship with my boyfriend.
Yes. Sorry to all the whoever's watching. Sorry,
I'm taking care. One of the first questions he asked me when we started dating was, who is Katriz? And I didn't even know how to answer that because like no one had really tried to get to know me in that way. And I didn't even know who I was at the time, being so young and still trying to discover so much about myself. Like the stupid answer that I came up with was, I'm a singer, but that's not all that I am. You know what I mean? And I guess when it comes to, giving advice to people who are trying to discover themselves, like not just as an artist, but themselves, is to just keep trying, just like failure is not a bad thing. Like you're never going to get better if you just don't try or if you don't fail. And so just keep experimenting. Like, don't be afraid to just do something new or like find a new hobby. Like it'll all make sense later. Yeah.
It's true. It's definitely, I agree with that. Like, discovery, it's it's not really the beginning. It's definitely the journey and the destination. I think something that it hit when you said that is, you know, people don't try to fail; they just fail to try. So I'm glad that you said that. And I think for folks who are watching this, hopefully that'll be just folks who are tapping into what they feel like, whatever their God-given talents or, you know, whatever they're called to. Hopefully they can fulfill that. And I'm glad that you do that. So.
And you know, I'm not even exactly where I want to be in my life, but I know I'm gonna get there. Like when you feel like you want to give up, you're just right there at the end of the finish line, but that's where people give up. And I know I heard that from somewhere, but that's kind of like stuck with me. Like when you feel like everything's over, like you just don't want to do it, like you've lost passion and everything, like you're just right there, you know? So just think about that.
The stretch.
That stretch as like motivation for you to just keep trying because you're almost there. Yeah.
That's good. I like that. It reminds me of that song too, from The Princess and the Frog. You know, almost there.
Yeah.
Almost. Oh yeah.
Such a good song too.
Well, I feel intimidated. I was about to.
Yeah, that one's so good.
That's why I didn't want to sing, because she's gonna sing next. So I'll be like,
sorry. Okay.
no, you didn't. Disney, if you're all. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know if you want to go that route. But
Oh my gosh, no! It's so funny because my sister, she was like, "There's like a all Filipino cast like going on Broadway or something." She's like, "Would you do that?" And I was like, "I have no experience in Broadway. I don't think I could do it, but who knows? Maybe I could be a Broadway singer in the future." Yeah, I don't know.
This is on record, so if Katriz
don't even get it out.
We were the first to hear this. You heard it first.
I love Halle Bailey though. Like she's making history with being Ariel.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait for that. I think that's like coming out next week or something.
That's right. Yeah. I think the single came out. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good.
It was beautiful. Like she kept it traditional with the you know how it sounds, but then she carried like.
Did her own spin on it.
Yeah. I know I'm all trying to use terminology for singing, but I'm such an amateur compared to. So sorry if I mispronounced.
I don't even know all the words, all the terminologies either. So you're fine.
Like riffs and what would you use, falsetto?
Riffs and runs.
I'll just say, it sounds like Mariah Carey. I don't know. Yeah. You mentioned Jhene Aiko and other.
Snow Allegra.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. They're insane. But I really love them. Let me think who else. Her, she's also Filipino. Shout out to the Filipinos.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Lucky Day. I don't know if you've heard of him. Lucky Day?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, he's really good. Yeah, there's so many people on the come up right now. It's amazing.
And it's crazy. Yeah. I know like music are all colors, but I guess what I'm trying to say, it's amazing to see, you know, being proud. I guess this is perfect. Because we're shooting this in May, and it's Asian American Pacific Islander month. Mm-hmm. So I guess, and also June coming up with Filipino independence. There is a sense of pride that to see like, you know, our folks like coming on the map, and I definitely see you going there too. So.
Oh, I love that. Thank you. Yeah.
I mean, is that definitely one of the aspects that kind of keep you going, like as an artist or as a creative?
Being Asian American?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I definitely want to be that representation for people in the future. Young Filipino girls, you know, with masking kale and all that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely the goal. It's definitely the dream.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we are who we are, and we should embrace, like, every aspect of who we are. So I'm glad that, you know, that's something that a lot of folks today are having a pride in that. I mean, yeah, we're on the come up. You know, I guess why I'm proud, I think a lot of people are proud to be Filipino, is they say we're the happiest and most loving people, and I think I think there's such truth. I mean, of course, we'll get angry. I mean, if you meet a Filipino auntie, you'll know. No, just kidding. So you did give, you know, advice to those who are trying to aspire to discover what they love to do. Anything else, like especially to the San Diego community or anyone?
I guess a life motto that I just go by is to just be yourself. Do it authentically feels right, and yeah, despite what other people think about you or like how you want to dress or how you want to be perceived, like just do you, girl or boy.
There you go. Yes, do you, and thank you for being yourself.
Yeah.
We definitely, you know, from seeing you as a kid, like in these competitions and concerts to where you are now, just I guess like with Nathan, asking who are you, and I know there's still progress, but you're definitely showing who Katriz Trinidad is to the world, and we look forward to
so glad.
Hopefully, yeah, hopefully people will see this and they'll get to know you more, and we'll find out more about you. So
yes, thank you so much for having me. Like, just having this platform to really help, like, SD local artists, just to get that exposure and really talk about like what they're aiming towards in life is just an amazing opportunity for them.
Oh yeah. People definitely need to hear your voice. I mean, well, they'll definitely hear your voice when they hear it, but
yeah,
I mean, who you are, yeah, and just for anyone. So, yeah, thank you for being a part of this movement, and we'll definitely keep in touch.
Yay!
And this is Gerard and Katriz signing out, and Jennifer, who's behind the camera. Thank you so much, and we'll see you guys soon.
Bye. Thank you for having me.